This is a Revit file of an auditorium. If I hide the roof and the ceiling, we can see that there are two speakers and a presenter, and there is an audience. And this is the perspective and the section. Before I do the simulation, I will analyze the frequency of a soundtrack. This is the soundtrack analyzing module. So if I start this, I can select a sample soundtrack. For example, I'll select one of the files, and if I analyze, it will analyze the dominant frequency of the soundtrack. Now it's 793 Hz. Go back to Revit file, I'll select the room and simulate. Revit API will give me the result of reverberation time and sound intensity level. So this is a 0.46 seconds and 65 dB. This is the last module that can play the sound with the acoustic effect of the room acoustic effect.
Good morning, class. I'm going to begin today by showing all of you a picture of a structure that I'm sure all of you will recognize. Everyone knows what this is?
Now I'll go back to the Revit file and change the material. For example, if I change the ceiling to gypsum board and simulate again, you'll see that the reverberation time is 3.18 seconds and sound intensity is 65 dB. Sound playing module, and if I go to, we can hear that there is a longer reverberation time added to the soundtrack.
Good morning, class. I'm going to begin today by showing all of you a picture of a structure that I'm sure all of you will recognize. Everyone knows what this is?
This time I will change the position of the audience. In order to feel the difference, I put the audience very far from the speaker and the presenter to check the difference in sound intensity level. I'll check the acoustic effect again. This time the sound intensity level dropped by about 10 dB. And if I go to the sound module, if I play, we will hear that the sound is getting much smaller.
Good morning, class. I'm going to begin today by showing all of you a picture of a structure that I'm sure all of you will recognize. Everyone knows what this is?
I extracted all necessary data from Revit file: room volume and the bounding faces, the material, and the absorbance. This is the extracted data. Before we simulate, we have to know the frequency of human voice. This is the equation to calculate the reverberation time. This is how to analyze frequency. And this is the time domain of the soundtrack. And after the DFT, I can convert it to frequency domain to check dominant frequency. So after I get the frequency, I can interpolate in the table. Sound intensity level is very straightforward. I just applied inverse square law. I add the reverberation time and the volume to the DirectX to simulate the acoustic effect. Thank you.